over the last couple of days, I have been tempered in my enthusiasm for our healthcare reform package that passed. Everybody else is saying it's historic, it's fantastic on the left-wing side, and the mainstream media is also saying it's historic. Something to be celebrated for sure, a great and grand accomplishment for Barack Obama, something that hasn't been done in over 100 years. Now we have universal coverage. And so you've heard it all, right? And apparently I am Debbie Downer. Because I'm saying, hey, look, there are definitely great parts to it, and more people are covered, and that should not be underestimated. But it seems like we are overhyping this thing because there is no way to control premiums. And those premiums might continue to go up, in which case the public's opinion on this will sour. And we don't have anything that effectively competes with the private insurance companies. So that apparently makes me the bad guy. I wrote about that online today, and the liberal blogosphere let up. Okay. I have been called many things. First of all, I obviously had an HR on my TP on Daily Kos. Still can't figure out what all those things are. I've definitely been troll rated, though. Okay. I don't know what. I think a troll is someone who's pretending to care about the issue and be on their side when in fact I'm on the opposite side. Well, it doesn't matter really because I was called all those things anyway. Apparently I'm a Republican. I'm a right-winger in disguise. I'm a sleeper cell. I'm a spy. And in fact, I want to hurt Obama and the Democrats and progressive causes. And I am also a teabagger, according to some. Oh, why don't you reach out to the teabaggers again? Yeah, right. Get a load of this guy. Here's my question. Oh, another thing I got called is a firebagger, which is the first time I've heard that term. I believe that it refers to Fire Dog Lake because Jane Hamstra and those people over there fight really hard for progressive causes, so they're crazy. They're firebaggers. Yeah, right. You want progressive causes. Now, look, let's think about this for a second. About a year ago, 77 members of Congress said, or last year at some point, 77 members of Congress said, we will not vote for health care reform unless it has a strong public option. Now, what happened to change their votes? Nothing. Was there a strong public option? Did I miss it? Is it? Huh? No, right? There's no public option. There's no Medicare buy-in. There's no competition for private insurance. The bill didn't change at all. The only way that the bill changed is it got progressively more and more right-wing, not left-wing. How are those people appeased? In any way policy-wise? No. It's just when push came to shove, Obama said, look, of course I'm not going to listen to you. You're a liberal. I'm going to listen to the right-wingers, and I'm going to do this bipartisan summit. I'm going to give them 4 new concessions on top of the 200 Republican amendments we put in there. But under no circumstances will I give you that public option that you claim to insist upon, right? Now all these people caved and crumbled, as we predicted on the show that they would. Now, we got heat for that, too. Do you remember that? When I said, oh, they're not good. They don't want the public option. They're not going to put it in there. They said, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Obama really wants it. I love Obama. He tastes so good. All right, great. Oh, what happened? Oh, right. I was right. There is no public option in the bill, and he fought against it tooth and nail at every step of the way. Funny how that worked out, right? So now when I say this bill is too corporate friendly, too much in favor of the special interest, now all of a sudden, just because the Democrats passed it, I'm the bad guy and I'm a Republican. Okay, that's absurd. And look, if that's the way that people feel about it, and they think, Democrats, I got a D on my helmet, I rock, yeah, Democrats, whatever you do, I'll sign up for it, whatever you do, I'll sign up for it. Well, then go elsewhere, because that's not this show, okay? The Democrats ain't my uncle, I don't give a damn about them. What I care about is policies that make sense. And in this case, a much more progressive bill would have made a hell of a lot more sense. Instead, what we got was a watered-down, weak bill that got no Republican votes anyway, exactly as we told you. Now, if you were going to get no Republican votes, why didn't you just make a stronger bill anyway? Because they never wanted a stronger bill, because they cut deals with all those companies, all those industries, drug companies, et cetera, et cetera. Look, my main problem with Obama and with this legislation is, in the campaign, he said, I'm not going to try to play the Washington game a little better. I'm going to change the game. That was the central lie of the Obama campaign, okay? Now, if that makes me a Republican to point that out, all right, have at it, Hoss. Call me a firebagger, okay? I was on a conservative show the other day, and he says, do you agree that Barack Obama at some point in the campaign lied? Of course he did. He's a politician, right? It's like, you admitted he's a liar. You idiot. Do you have any idea how many times John McCain lied in the election? Only about 1.5 million times, right? They're politicians. So now I'm not a purity troll or whatever they call it. I get that there are compromises in bills, right? So that leads us to the central question, and the part that I might be wrong about, okay? What is the central question? Is this the beginning? And if it's the beginning and then they fix the bill later, well, then Obama's incrementalist strategy, even though he didn't exactly sell it that way during the campaign, well, I don't care how he sold it. I don't care if he fibbed here or there. As long as it works and the incrementalist strategy ultimately leads us to true competition and lower premium rates, well, then I'll be wrong. And I'll say, that's great. Look, he was right and he was playing three-dimensional chess, right? But it could go the other way. The other way is, we got this bill passed. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Okay, you think I'm going to go back into that marsh of health care? I'm going to go back into that swamp? You think Axelrod and Rahm Emanuel and Barack Obama and all those guys, they want to go back into health care? Man, look, I don't want to call you naive if you believe that, but I will call you optimistic, right? So you think that they're going to go back and do the public option and do the Medicare buy-in and fix it and la, la, la. Here's what they're not going to do. They're not going to do that anytime soon, okay? Now, they might eventually do it because they're forced to do it. Because my sense of it is that the insurance companies will say, oh, there's no check on us. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to go ahead and raise your rates. And, maybe they do it now. Maybe they do it after the election. Maybe they wait a couple of years. Because Nancy Pelosi, to be fair to her, is saying, hey, look, if you raise the rates too much, we won't let you in on the exchange. That starts in 2014. And the exchange has all these taxpayer-subsidized new customers for you guys, goodies for you guys. So, look, at least that's something, right? And you got to give credit where credit is due. My guess is that that will not work. They're not going to wait 4 years to jack up your rates. If you let the insurance companies go unchecked, your rates will be 100 times, 100% more, meaning twice as high as they are now in the next 4 years. And what's great about this is that we'll see if I was right or wrong. I was right on the public option. I was right on one of the things that they didn't fight for. I was right that it wound up being an incredibly corporate-friendly bill. Now we'll see if I'm right about the next thing. Because if they start raising our rates and go, na, 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 what are you going to do about it? Not a damn thing. And then that winds up hurting the Democrats, then who's the Republican now? Okay, we'll see. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that Obama has this, and the Democrats have this grand strategy of somehow keeping these insurance companies in check. But right now, I don't see it. And my fear is that it's going to take another mini revolt by the voters to say, I can't pay these bills anymore. They're just too damn high. Because right now you think you got universal coverage because we had a historic day and everybody went crazy and, wow, it's all solved. Well, if you can't pay your bill, then do you really have coverage? No, I guess you don't. And in fact, you'll get fined.